Hi, I'm Lisa Magnuson, the seven-figure deal expert, and I am so excited to be with you today. Today, we are going to cover how to get started, an easy way to start to fire up your 5X deal engine. This is the first part of a 12-part series, so I hope you're going to stay with us all year because we have a lot in store for you. Uh, I'd like to start with a success story. One of my clients this year really struggled when the pandemic hit, and all of the only way we could sell was through video. And she had a 5X prospect. And when I say 5X, I mean about 5X your average deal size. And that might be an existing customer where you think that they could do more with your company, or a new prospect. Either one, it's the same approach. But this salesperson had a 5X deal. It was a new prospect, and she was kind of at the beginning of the sales cycle with them. She had engaged with them, she uncovered the opportunity, and then the pandemic hit. And she was not used to selling virtually. This was a salesperson, maybe like most of you, that could go out to the client's office and that could meet for coffee or have lunch or engage with them in different ways. And all of a sudden, all those doors closed. So she came to the account team and she said, I don't know what to do. Do I just kind of wait? And we encouraged her to set up a video call with the client and just to engage, to embrace video selling, use Zoom. It was a brand new tool for her and her company. And she was scared, but she did it. And so she set up a meeting, and the meeting had about 6 or 7 people because any big 5X deal always has, they're complex, they take a long time, there's lots of people involved. So she was kind of terrified, but she did it. She kept the agenda really light for this first meeting. And that was about March or April. Well, flash forward, she continued to talk with them, continued to advance her sales process. And by July, she closed a 5X deal. It was the biggest deal of her career, and it was a game changer for the company in a very difficult year. So although 2020 was hard and we had to really do some things differently, we are poised now because we've got these tools to really fire up our 5X deal engine. And I want to show you a just kind of, I know you can't look at, you can't see all the pieces of it, but I want to show you an example of a 5X deal success system or engine. And it's got 4 parts to it. It's got a sales leadership component for those VPs out there, sales managers, and even savvy enterprise sellers. You know, you have to take a leadership role with choosing the accounts and setting up account strategy meetings. Then it's got a methodology section. So what does that mean? Salespeople really don't like the word methodology or process, but all we mean is you have to have a way to go after these 5X deals. They're messy. Sometimes you have to go backwards to move forward. Lots of people involved on your side, on the client side. But if you really can figure out the way that works for your company, then you have a path to follow. The next thing is execution. You have to do the things, and you have to do them repeatedly, and you have to do them over time. And the last thing is culture. You have a 5X deal culture if you have executives willing to attend account strategy meetings, and if you celebrate 5X deals with the full team, not just sales. Lots of ways that you have a 5X culture. But if you have these things in place, then you will have a 5X deal engine that will repeatedly, not just once, repeatedly generate big deals for your company. And this assessment, just as a side note, if you decide to invest in my book, which is the Top Sales Leader Playbook, Winning 5X Deals Repeatedly, you can get that assessment, and it's available on Amazon. Save your Amazon receipt number. Go to my website, www.toplinesales.com. Enter in your receipt number, and you can get that assessment, that diagram that I've converted into assessment for free. So I use that with my clients all the time. It's really a good way to gauge where you are and where you need to be. So, all righty. Let's talk about what are some simple ways to fire up this 5X deal engine. Well, here's the thing. People won 5X deals even in 2020 when it was so difficult. So certainly we can do it going into 2021. And what do we need to do? How do we need to get started? Well, we just need to start simply. We need to identify some possibilities, and current customers are a great place to look. Do you have some of your top current clients that could do more with your company? Maybe they've got other divisions, or you've got other products or services that you could expand to them. Some people call this upselling, some people call it expansion, but it's just a current customer that could do more with you. Once you have that current customer or prospects are good too. Companies always want new logos or new business. Either way, it's the same thing. Once you have that, then pull your account team together. So who is the account team? Well, it's more than just you and your manager. It's thinking strategically about the people that could impact your strategy and impact your ability to win a 5X deal. So sometimes that might be a specialist, maybe a technical specialist or a professional services person, or maybe it's the customer success team, or maybe it's marketing or the financial people. It's different for every account and every company and every opportunity. But who are those people that can help you win? So you pull them together, and maybe you're going to really assess the opportunity. I have a great scorecard I use with my clients and account teams, but it really could just be a list of criteria that is more than just the revenue potential. You know, think beyond revenue potential when you're going to score your opportunity. And you're going to score your opportunity because you're going to do a lot of work. And so you want to make sure that it's worth it. So you do that. And once you determine it's worth it, then I recommend you set up an account strategy series that goes well beyond just a couple months or just the first couple of months. Set the whole schedule for the year. You know, is this an immediate opportunity where the account team needs to meet every couple weeks because things are happening and lots of that stuff needs to be done and comprehended? Or maybe it's a little bit longer opportunity. So every 3 or 4 weeks works. The account team will be able to make that decision. But the point is to really win, schedule out the meetings for the year. We know that big deals take a lot longer. So that might look like 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. I've worked on 5X deals with companies that were 18 months. But when you land a $40 million deal that's a game changer for your company, it's worth the time investment. But the point is, schedule it out now so that you know that you're not going to get distracted or lose focus on this big opportunity. And then once you do that, just determine what the most important things are to accomplish during each of those strategy meetings. Sometimes that's going to be relationship mapping. Sometimes you're going to do a SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, thinking about it from the customer or prospect's perspective and your perspective. Sometimes you're going to do competitive analysis and set up competitive blocks. Sometimes you're going to think about win themes being the intersection of that prospect or customer's priorities and your strengths. Those have to be dialed in. Everybody on the account team needs to know what those are if you're at the proposal or presentation stage. So that's all work that can get accomplished through what I call war rooms or account strategy sessions. And as you go forward and set about doing that work, guess what? Every time you meet and advance that sales process, you're moving closer to that 5X deal. And eventually you will close that deal and you'll be able to ring the bell. I literally like to ring the bell for my clients because it's so exciting when you land that 5X account. It does so much for the account team. It does so much for the sales organization, so much for the company. It's just something to celebrate, which is also something that needs to happen, is a big 5X celebration. So let's just summarize. We can win these big deals. They take time, they take focus by the account team, and they take a marching down that strategic account development path. And eventually that path ends with getting a 5X deal. And once you've done it once, then you can do it repeatedly, which is really exciting for salespeople, sales leaders, and the company when you have that engine that churns out those deals repeatedly. All right, we've got some resources for you. I mentioned that engine assessment. If you buy my book, you can get that downloaded for free on my website, www.toplinesales.com. Also, when you're there, at the bottom of the resources page is an awesome pre-call planning tool. You can download that for free today. It's a 2-page, rock solid pre-call planning guide that's going to improve the effectiveness of each and every one of your sales calls by like 20% or more is what the statistics tell us. And I have been refining that tool for years. And there is not a week that's gone by in the 15 years that I've had my company, Top Line Sales, that I haven't engaged with pre-call planning with one of my clients. And when you're involved with a 5X deal, you've got lots of calls. And sometimes the pre-call planning involves the whole account team. So download that resource, and you can start having a comprehensive way to do that. So we love to hear about your success stories. Connect with me on LinkedIn. And I'm going to be here every month on the Sales Experts channel, third Thursday of every month, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Join me as we really dive in to 5X deals and how you can win those deals repeatedly. Thank you very much for joining us today.